Just want to share with you a little bit, about how it got started and the support that it's received since then. I am an Army wife. My husband just celebrated his 16-year anniversary with the Army, and back in 2006 and 2007, my husband was finishing up his first tour. He was in Iraq, and we had been talking about the living conditions that he had gone through while he was there. We were talking about the condition of his feet, and his lips. He loved lemongrass lip balm while he was there, especially the spearmint eucalyptus, and just things like that. Just kind of reacquainting, and he was telling me stories so that I could kind of get a grasp of what my husband had just gone through in the last year. About this same time, one of my good friends who was in another unit, and she was deploying after my husband came back. They kind of did a rotation. One group would go and the other would come back, and they'd rotate like that. And she was going, and she had fallen in love with lemongrass, and we were talking about being able to get her stash of lemongrass while she was deployed. And then she was telling me how a lot of the women, and this is back in 2007, a lot of the women receive care packages that are donated to people and donated to our servicemen and women, and they love them and they're so appreciative of them. But they were mostly geared towards men, so like car magazines or men's shaving cream and things like that. And she was telling me how the women just kind of feel forgotten. In the military, if you have any military experience, or you know of people, especially women in the military, they're meant to blend in. Their hair and their makeup is required to be done in a way that they just kind of blend in, and they don't really get to stand out as women all that much while they're in uniform, while they're deployed. And so one sleepless night, I just remember laying there and thinking, I have friends and family who would love to donate money so that I could send foot care kits to my friend and all of the other women in her unit. And so the name Freedom Feet popped into my head, just to have something catchy for my friends and family to hook onto and want to donate. And I called Heidi the next morning, and I was like, hey, I have this crazy idea. Is this even possible? I wanted to make sure we could get these foot kits to these women. And Heidi so graciously says, not even is it possible for me to do that, but she asked if the whole company could come alongside me and raise money as well and send these kits out. And so that is really how Freedom Feet was born. It was just a sleepless night on my part, and really Heidi and the home office staff have taken it and run with it and made it what it has become in the last 13 years. I don't have our exact numbers. I'm pretty sure the last number I heard was that we have sent over 12,000 foot kits over the last 13 years. And if I'm incorrect on that, I apologize. Somebody can correct me. But you guys, think of how many men and women that is over the course of the last 13 years. And I just said men, and I know that originally my thought was to bless women with these kits. And that is what we did for many years. But you guys, we started getting letters from our servicemen. They were asking for us to be able to send them some foot care packages too. And how in the world are you going to say no to a guy who's asking to be able to, he's deployed, he's fighting for our country, and he's asking to be able to take care of his feet. So a few years into Freedom Feet, we decided that it needed to be for our servicemen and women, and we started sending kits to everybody. I wanted to take a few seconds and just read a few of the thank you notes that we've gotten over the years. We received a lot of them, but these are a few of my favorite, and I just have to share them with you. This is from Krista, and she says, my feet were getting pretty gross being in my combat boots 24/7. I just couldn't stand it anymore, so I busted open your kit and went into the bathroom, followed the instructions, and let me tell you, the results are really worth it. My feet feel so great, clean, and smell wonderful. Here's another one from a lieutenant. She goes, there's dancing in the streets of Baghdad. My boss even took a bag shamelessly. He said, hey, a guy has to have nice, clean, happy feet too. And here's another one. It says, it's surprising how much females forget that we are females sometimes. We get so busy with the mission that nothing seems to matter anymore. It was nice to have a relaxing little foot bath and scrub after a long day's work. I really appreciate your thoughts and prayers. Thank you so much. Here is from a master sergeant. He's serving in Baghdad, Iraq. And it goes, I have over 20 years in the military, and this is one of the nicest things someone has done for us, specifically for the female soldiers. Thank you again so much. And then let's see. Oh, okay, two more really quick. These are some of my favorites. She goes, we may not have, this is from a captain, and she goes, we may not have the time to say thank you, but your gift is so appreciated, and it means the world to us girls. Days here are long and hot, and a little bit of home to remember that we are in fact still girls wearing these boots is a wonderful way to end your day. And then I think this is one of my favorite ones because it was one of the first ones we received from our guys when we opened up Freedom Feet to the men. And it says, never in our lives, this is from Tim, he goes, never in our lives have our feet been so soft and, as we call it, free. It starts out like this. Hey bro, you want to free up those feet? They're looking kind of rough. Sure do. We each get a bucket of hot water and throw on a good movie and just let it happen. It's a judgment-free zone. So these are just a few of the multiple letters that we have received from our servicemen and women over the years. You guys, what you are doing with Freedom Feet makes a difference in these lives. It helps with morale. It helps to create camaraderie. And it really is amazing to watch these little simple foot kits sent from an amazing company over in the States to these servicemen and women. It's fantastic to see what it does for their deployment and in their lives. So we just want to say a super big thank you to each and every one of you who have donated a foot kit or raised money for foot kits over this last year. Adopting a Freedom Feet campaign is something that's super, super easy. There's no real wrong or right way to do it. You can do it in so many different ways. Over the years, lemongrass consultants across the country have done Freedom Feet and campaigns in many different ways. I know we've got girls who set out coin jars in the schools, and the kids bring in coins and they raise money for Freedom Feet kits. We have had people do 5Ks and vendor events and trivia nights. That's the word that I was looking for. There have been so many different ways that people have gotten creative to raise money. I actually had the privilege in 2010. I got to walk 100 miles across Colorado to raise money for Freedom Feet kits. So your creativity really is your limit. And so I would just encourage you to consider starting a Freedom Feet campaign, even if that's just going to your friends and family and asking them to donate a little bit of money towards the kit. So that being said, I hope that you can start to get your wheels around how you want to use Freedom Feet, use a Freedom Feet campaign to support our deployed servicemen and women. And you guys, as an added bonus, it's a boost for your business. You do earn a commission on your products. The Freedom Feet kits do count towards your volume. So you do get a little bit of a thank you for doing the legwork in a Freedom Feet campaign. I am completely warmed in my heart that you have taken the extra time to do this for our servicemen and women. It just makes me so happy that you guys have adopted this program and turned it into something that has been such a blessing to these men and women.